So the All Blacks have just announced their lineup for the third test match up against the French. Scott Robertson giving everyone an opportunity, just like he said. But this is a very new look side to what we saw in test match 1 and 2. But jumping straight into it, in the front row, it is Ethan de Groot as the number 1, number 2, Samisoni Taukei'aho, and number 3, Tyrell Lomax. So this will be the first time we see Tyrell Lomax for 2025 in an All Blacks kit. Samisoni Taukei'aho getting the nod to start in this contest rather than Cody Taylor. In terms of the locking duo, it is the same as we saw for test match number 2. Patrick Tuipulotu in the number 4 jersey. He was extremely strong in the second test. And then number 5, sticking with Fabian Holland. It's looking like one of the young bright prospects of this All Blacks team. Moving on to the loose ball trio, Samapeni Finau starting as the number 6. Tupavai failing the HIA last week, so he was never going to be playing in this contest. But Finau, he has been coming off the bench as the number 19. Now he gets that start on the blind side. Number 7, it is the captain, Ardie Savea. So throughout this year, consistently leaving him as that number 7. And I believe with him playing 7 3 times in a row, it is already more times than we saw him as a number 7 for 2024. Number 8, they have gone to Luke Jacobson, so no Christian Leo Willie for this matchup. Jacobson, he did miss the first 2 test matches due to a concussion that he did suffer in the Super Rugby Pacific final. Now gets the chance to show what he can do here. But moving on to the back line, 2 Chiefs as the 9 and 10 combo. Number 9, Cortez Ratama, and number 10, Damian McKenzie. Both men making their way off the bench in the first 2 matches, although McKenzie, of course, getting 79 minutes in test match number 1. That was due to the head knock of Sever Reece. In the midfield, we do see 2 more Chiefs at FMG. Quinn Tupaia as the number 12, and number 13, Anton Leonard-Brown. We haven't seen Leonard-Brown since midway through the Super Rugby Pacific competition. He was doing well at 13 for the Chiefs, and at the moment, I would say it's him and Proctor as the outside centres, because once again, we see Rieko Ioane out on the left wing. Number 14, they have got Sever Reece to give him some more minutes, seeing as he has just had the one throughout July. And then number 15, a big starting opportunity here for Ruben Love. He has only got the 1 cap to his name. He came off the bench last season, got himself 2 tries, actually playing on the right wing. So I don't know whether or not that's something they consider if there was an early injury. But throughout the Hurricanes season, Ruben Love doing very well under the high ball. So it could be quite a key of this backline up against this French side. But moving on to the bench, number 16, Brodie McAllister for his international debut. 17, George Bower, and number 18, Fletcher Null. So what used to actually be the Crusaders front row, Brodie McAllister now playing for the Chiefs in Super Rugby, but initially a Crusader. And then, of course, Bower and Null very familiar with each other from the Super Rugby season. Number 19, Dalton Papali'i. Now, I have to say that was probably the surprising choice. But then in saying that, Scott Robertson did say everyone was getting an opportunity. Papali'i currently in the squad as injury cover. Some thought maybe Naitoa Akoi would get the debut, but he was never officially named as Scott Barrett's replacement, so he hasn't had a chance. And at this lineup of Papali'i, this is going to have to be a big game for him, because at the current point in time, we don't know if Scott Robertson is selecting him in the Rugby Championship, but if he can have a really good impact here, perhaps he will make it into the side. Although they do also have a couple 7s at the moment, including this man as the number 20, Duplessis Karefi. He is always fighting an upwards battle, as he does play the same position as Ardie Savea, but he is a player who will dig in, try and do the hard yards, and see if he can get that big turnover in the breakdown. He was second in the competition for turnovers won throughout Super Rugby, so it may just take a couple matches to try and find that rhythm at international level. Number 21, they have gone with Noah Hotham. 22, Timothy Tavatavanawai, and number 23, Will Jordan. So a pretty strong bench overall, with a few reshuffles, like I mentioned, compared to what we saw in the last 2 test matches, but a very different New Zealand side. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, but the good news is we've only got 2 days until we do find out how this side goes. But I do want to know, ladies and gents, what do you think of this All Blacks team? Scott Robertson, he did double down. He gave everyone the chance, but now we have to see whether or not they can gel, because France are going to be coming for this third match. They have already made it clear they want to win this one. Even if the series is gone, they can still get promoted in the world rankings with a victory in this match. So New Zealand will definitely have to bring their A game. But nonetheless, thank you all very much for tuning in. We will be doing the live commentary on the channel for the match as well, so be sure to check that out. But if you did enjoy, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all for the next one.